Now, if you thought that was really stupid, get a load of this. I just got this today, and I think we posted it up in the gayreport.net. You can check that out. New Zealand teen proclaims ducks could take over the world if gay marriage is approved. Ooh. And you thought we couldn't get any worse. And there are people who are actually taking this girl seriously. Like, yes, this is going to happen. Ducks will take over the world. And they will invade America instead of the Chinese. I mean, what the fuck is going on with these people? What the fuck's going on with this world? You know, not even in the 50s we had this kind of stupidity. A homeschooled New Zealand-based teen offered up a bizarre anti-gay rant in a local newspaper, claiming that ducks could take over the world if same-sex marriage is approved. Oh my god. And who are the douchebag parents that taught her this shit? And, you know, on previous shows, I've always, well, not always, but sometimes I would bash Darwinism. Well, here's the reason why I do that. It's because, like religion, Darwin can be taken in very negative ways. Because in the past, a lot of people, you know, this whole thing that homosexuality will lead to the destruction of the human race is a very old and ancient argument. Well, not ancient, but it's really old. It's a couple hundred years old. Ever since Darwin came out with his theory of human existence, people would say, see, if we stop reproducing like the homosexuals are doing, we're going to be in big trouble. Okay? So, the theory of evolution is not really to blame. I'm not saying that that is to blame. I'm saying that social Darwinism. It's like saying, well, let's blame Jesus for all this homophobia. No, I'm not saying that. You know, Jesus said a lot of wonderful things. But I blame some Christians for spreading homophobia. I blame some Jews and some most Muslims. But I don't go and say, hey, you know, Jesus was, you know, he's the one that started. Yeah, but, you know, why should I blame Darwin? I'm not going to blame Darwin. I don't know if Darwin had any thought about this. And that would be interesting to see what Darwin actually thought about homosexuality and if that actually played into anything. I don't think it does. I mean, look, human species, we have been through a lot of disasters and plagues and diseases. We survive all that shit. But there are many theories. You know, homosexuality slows down the growth of the human population, so that way the human race can have a much more expendable time to figure out its existence. I mean, that's one theory. Basically, if we have too many people, let's say we have, instead of 6 billion, we have 100 billion people, which will dry up all the resources. Homosexuality is there to slow that down, so that way we can figure out how to deal with that issue. We can figure out how to extend our existence on this planet. It's a valid theory, but I'm not sure if I buy it, because we can say that about anything, you know, about disasters and not that I'm comparing homosexuality to a disaster, but, you know, things that slow down human reproduction have always been diseases and all that. Homosexuality is slow. I don't know. Maybe that's it will take a long time before homosexuality actually takes a hold on reproduction, and you know, it has to get to a point where it's almost like half of the population is gay, and that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So, I don't really buy that theory a lot. Oh, but this theory, this is great. Ducks will take over the world. Lovely. In a letter to the editor of New Zealand's Northern Outlook, the 14-year-old, who is identified by Gawker and a number of other media outlets simply as Jasmine, she writes, quote, if homosexuality spreads, listen, it has nothing to do with gay marriage. It's all about spreading homosexuality, right? Like if you spread margarine over your bagel. If homosexuality spreads, it can cause human evolution to come to a standstill. Really? Wow. And she really pointed out the evidence, didn't she? You see, if you're going to use science, you're going to have to at least provide some data, provide some evidence to say, look, homosexuals will, in fact, stop being infertile. I mean, that will be the actual demise. Saying, look, homosexuality leads to infertility. Like I said in the previous segment, I said, look, the real threat to the human evolution, whatever, to the human reproduction is, of course, infertility, not homosexuality. If heterosexuals become infertile, what's going to happen? We're going to be in trouble? Maybe. Unless if we figure out a way to fix it. We use science and technology. And already we have developed a way, a new study has shown in Japan. Oh, Japan is such a conservative. Japan has come out with a study saying that we can actually reproduce sperm and eggs from stem cells. So we're already on our way to, counter any stoppage of human evolution. We are going to stop the ducks, super ducks, from taking over the world. We will use our reptilian forces to combat the evil ducknesses from the planet Venus. Fucking moron. It could threaten the human position on the evolutionary ladder. Well, actually, it's not really a ladder. According to many scientists, evolutionary spider web, or a web, or a tree, not a ladder. This is really weird, by the way. I mean, supposedly, homeschooled children are smarter. That's what they say. If that's the case, where is it? I don't find it. I don't find it in this girl. She's 14 right now. Just wait till she's like 20 something. She'll be like, oh fuck, why did I write that shit? she's gonna later regret it. I mean, she is going to. Like, why didn't my parents make me stop? Why didn't they stop me from doing that shit? It could threaten the human position of the evolutionary ladder. Oh yes, the evolutionary ladder will be overrun by ducks. And say ducks could take over the world. Ducks always nest in pairs. Alright. I could just imagine if Donald Duck would read this. He would be like, yeah! I'm gonna take over the world! Sorry, I can't do a really good Donald Duck impersonation. Donald Duck... Oh, Scrooge McDuck will be very happy. and his nephews. Louie, Huey, and Dewey. Ducks always nest in pairs. And that's true, they nest in pairs, and guess what? They get divorced after that's done. Humans don't act like fucking ducks, you dumbass. Humans have something that no other animal has, and that is intelligence and emotions, which can initiate a lot of things: science, technology, art, creativity, exploration. Humans can actually change everything, the environment. We can change the planet. We can actually have technology developed to be able to move the planet a few miles back away from the sun whenever it gets hot, because we have global warming or whatever. And there are ways to fix that. We just have to find the technology, and we can. If we, all we have to do is have the political will. I mean, we humans are way better than fucking ducks. Let me say that. Sorry, Scrooge. Sorry, Donald. But we're fucking smarter than you guys. We've been to the fucking moon. When have you seen a duck going to the fucking moon? One small step for duck. One giant leap for ducklings. Ducks always nest in pairs, and we if allow, what the fuck is this, man? This is a typo. And we if allow same-sex marriage, then the ducks will have evolved further than we have. Oh yeah, they're gonna land there. Yeah, they're gonna land on the moon. Look, ducks have been in existence for millions of years in various ways, and they have not been able to evolve like the humans have. There's something special about humans, by the way, than any other species. Look, the alligator has been in existence for, I don't know how much it is, like, since the dinosaur era. And it hasn't evolved as us. You don't see any gators driving cars or flying planes. Of course you don't. But this girl, yeah, look. I think she's going to be a screenwriter very soon. Let me say that. Then ducks will have evolved further than we have. You mean ducks are going to they're going to be able to invent time machines and intergalactical vehicles and all that? Oh, really? I'm impressed with the duck now. Hey, Donald. Guess what? You're going to the fucking moon. Oh, God. We will be in danger of all being equal, with ducks more equal than us. Wow. Noting she doesn't want her children to have to compete with ducks, Jasmine adds this: if you believe in evolution, you can't be in favor of homosexuality, or the ducks will get you in the end. Whoa. I can see Scrooge McDuck, Donald Duck, Lunch Pat McQuack. Remember those guys? I can see them planning a conspiracy now. You see, if you wait until everybody turns gay, we will quack them. Oh God, what a fucking... Is this the next generation? Because if it is, we're doomed. How about that? Let's say this, Jasmine. I think you are a danger to human evolution. Let's say that. You are a danger to human evolution. You are a danger to the human species. Because your ignorance and your stupidity will lead us to the direction of darkness, enslavement, degeneracy. I mean, imagine if we go back to the Dark Ages, like having these kinds of thoughts. I mean, look, not even in the Dark Ages would somebody say this stupid shit. I mean, somebody in the 1950s, or even in the Dark Ages, if somebody says, you know what, ducks can one day control the world, you'll be laughed out of the stage. You'll be slapped around. They'll be like, feed it to the dragons. For saying blasphemous things. Ducks will one day control the world. I mean, in the 1950s, where we had this superb, uber, heterosexual normative narrative, which is all construed by the media, by the way. It wasn't really that. I mean, it was basically the same as today, except now there's more awareness of homosexuality because we have more gay people, because we have a huge explosion of the American population since the 1940s. So, but in the 1950s, if you were to say, look, yeah, I mean, homosexuals were not liked in the 1950s, but even with that, if you go on television or go anywhere and say, oh, if you let them get out, we're gonna have ducks control the world. You'll be laughed off the set. The fuck out of here, you fucking moron. Jesus Christ. And of course, a lot of people have responded. Well, this is my response anyway. So, people try to be, they try to be smarter than her. You can't. I mean, the whole thing is bogus. If you try to be smarter than, smarter than this douchebag, can't. Because anything would be smarter than this shit. I mean, even fucking Uganda would be like, we're not gonna say that. I could see the president of Iran, Ahmadinejad, laughing his ass off with this shit. Even I wouldn't say that. Alright, whatever. You're still a dummy, girl. Still a fucking dummy. Anyway, moving on.